Give me an L!
L!
Give me an E!
E!
Give me a V!
V!
Give me an I!
I!
What's that spell?
Hello everybody, Levi Clay here, back again to do another video entitled Guitar Videos That You Must Own. This one is a classic, one of my first instructional videos. It's Paul Gilbert's Intense Rock Complete. Now the DVD version of this contains Intense Rock 1 and Intense Rock 2. Great videos. Paul has obviously released a lot of instructional videos over the years. Terrifying Guitar Trip. Get Out My Yard, Special Edition. The Guitars from Mars DVDs. Silence followed by a Deafening Roar. All part of my collection. And this is rattling, which would suggest there's pics or something in there. Oh, look at that. A VIP lanyard. Yes, so obviously Paul is someone that has been a huge influence on my playing over the years. Some of you may remember the original name for my transcription company, yeah, that kind of works, was Miss Mistreated Transcriptions after the Racer X song. I was an old Racer X forum member. I still love that kind of aggression in Paul's playing, very cool. So, as I say, Intense Rock Complete. This is a DVD which seems to be a little bit harder to find on Amazon now. I can't provide you a link to it in the description, which is a shame, but I will provide you a link in the description to some of Paul's other DVDs, which of course are worth checking out, and purchasing things on Amazon via that link does help support this channel. Throws me a few dollars. So let me just show you the contents of Intense Rock Complete, and then we'll come back and I will talk about it. So, as you can see, Intense Rock 1 and 2, under Intense Rock 1, chapters, tuning and alternate picking, some tricks, we'll talk about those. Harmonic minor, these are all scalar stuff, and you've got the legato and more guitar tricks, so pretty technical that one. Moving over to Intense Rock 2, more cool stuff, fast picking, pentatonic licks, arpeggios. There are a lot of chapters here, lots of information to dig into, more fast picking. There's sub-menus on these, phrasing and solo tips. Lots of cool stuff there. And if we go back to main menu, we have special features. There's a Malmsteen performance, some Steve Morse, some Petrucci, and your DVD-ROM features. And that's it. Okay, so there is no denying, of course, that Paul Gilbert can play the guitar. I remember getting this video, borrowing it actually, from somebody I met who worked in a shop. I borrowed the VHS of this, and he said that I could have it for the night and I had to bring it back the next day. So I took it home on VHS and watched it and was, of course, blown away. I then stopped it and watched it again and took out a pen and paper and I wrote down all of the exercises. This was quite easy to do because the way this is presented, the way this video is presented, is there is on-screen tablature, but not overlaid. These are separate images of tablature with picking directions and things like that. Now obviously in the modern DVD times you get a PDF on the disc with all of that stuff included, but like I say, the actual DVD is a little bit harder to find now. Yeah, so let's take a look at some of those picking
E to the
directions.
D note, which is on two different strings, and it would be an upstroke on the E and a down on the D. Notes.
Now in terms of Intense Rock 1, Paul Gilbert breaks down a ton of excellent things to prime you as a shred guitar player. Alternate picking, 3-note per string scales, there's some cool legato stuff.
They translate real well.
There are some really stretchy arpeggio bass licks. He even plays, this is a sign of the times, there's even some sweep picking stuff in here. Now Paul is not really known as being a big sweep picker. You can tell that this is right around the time that he really started making the string skipped arpeggios and sequencing his own. But there's some, like I say, some really cool stuff. Check this out. And then, of course, there is the insane lick, the string skipping lick a multi-octave lick of doom, death, terror. Check it out. Now this is done in Paul's classic kind of tongue-in-cheek, very funny delivery. But Paul is an excellent teacher. That should be hammered home. Paul is an excellent teacher. That's why I can recommend all of his videos. You will pick up something from any one of them. The funny stuff, you can't help but look at it and say, well, on the one hand, it would be nice to have more instructional content, but this DVD is like 2 hours long. Yeah, 2 hours long. 2 hours of footage. So the odd little gag doesn't really hurt anybody. There are some guitar tricks on here, and I remember seeing these for the first time, picking up my guitar and, well, being absolutely fooled by this. So check it out.
One of the important things about this, it's a two-handed lick, so you have to figure out what to do with your pick. You know, I pretty much just whiz mine in the air. You don't need it at all. First of all, it's a pretty wide stretch. Take your left hand, stick your first finger on the A note, 5th fret on the high E string. Take your pinky and put it on the D note, 10th fret of the high string. And because it's a two-handed lick, you sort of reach up with your right hand, and just reach up and pull a rabbit out of the guitar.
Now, Intense Rock 1, as I say, is probably the more influential to me of the two. Intense Rock 2 goes on a little bit further into Paul's career. It's only a few years on, but you're definitely in the Mr. Big phase now. In terms of the guitar, on the original, he's playing a prototype Ibanez RG, Telly Savalas. Then on Intense Rock 2, you have this beautiful red Ghost Rider, Ibanez Ghost Rider with 3 white humbuckers and the star inlays, I believe. Star inlays, red star inlays, yeah, maybe. And it looks great. Now, the thing that's different about this video, and he took this on into the Terrifying Guitar Trip video, is this is mostly done in front of a green screen. And some of the backgrounds can be a little bit kind of distracting when things are moving. Some of it's not too offensive, but some of it, as we get onto the string skip and stuff, can kind of distract you from the actual guitar playing. But take a look, see what you think. And again, as with the previous video, there's comedy in here. The delivery is funny, and Paul goes out of his way to be like that, which is fine. You know, the pentatonic licks, clap, clap, pentatonic licks, clap, clap, is Paul. Check it.
Pentatonic licks, more pentatonic licks.
Here's a variation of the same thing. Basically, we've already done this. Sounds like this.
Now, as I say, there are some really cool things on this video. He goes more into the musical side of playing the guitar, not the technical side. The technical side is addressed, but he addresses it more from a musical side. So he begins by talking about dynamics, things that he missed out from the first video. The first video is very much about, this is how you play, this is what you do, this is how you play these licks. But he didn't address things like articulation and dynamics and things like that. So he breaks that down in some detail, which is very cool, and then presents lots of cool licks and pentatonic shreddy things. And I learned a lot from this video because, as I say, this is definitely more Mr. Big than Racer X. So it's a lot more blues-based, blues rock-based, which is more, or was more applicable to my playing. Actually, probably still is more applicable to my playing. Though there is a very cool string skippy lick that's that he teaches that's very cool. Check it.
Tempo.
Also, a great section on warming up, where he demonstrates the riff to Mr. Big's Rock and Roll Over, where when playing this live, he would play the riff, and then in the small little breaks that he has, he will play licks and shred. And this is a warming up technique that he used behind backstage, but also helping you to work on your time feel. when you train yourself to play the riff and then fill in your rhythms. So da do da da dum da dum dum da da do da dum da da do do da do da da do da dum bow da 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 do da da do da da do da do. So I'm just playing around with rhythms there and making sure that I come back in with the riff. Executing things like that on the guitar gives you a sense of context at all times where the pulse is. And again, I'm sure it's something that people have talked about in the past, but Paul was there first for me. I saw it from Paul, and it was very cool. Check it.
2, 1, 2, 3.
Then, of course, there is Paul's absolutely mad sense of humour still, because he's an absolute madman. But that's Paul's most lovable quality. He's a lunatic guitar player, very funny, very informative, very talented, of course. And yeah, I highly recommend you check out Intense Rock Complete if you can get your hands on it. Now, both of those videos, Intense Rock 1 and Intense Rock 2, are on YouTube. So if you want to watch them without paying for them, it is possible. Obviously, that's never encouraged. It is nice to own these things. Like I say, you tend to sit and watch things when you've paid money for them. You put some value into them. Oh, I can see the Ghost Rider, and they're just red dots, not stars. Yes, so if you want to watch that on YouTube, you can do that. Like I say, in the link below, in the comments below, I will link to some of Paul's other things on Amazon. Because checking them out obviously supports Paul, it helps support the industry that you love so much, and it helps support this channel, which is cool. So finally, I have to throw a huge thank you to my awesome patrons. These guys over here all support my channel over on patreon.com for $10 or more. Fantastic people, very generous of them to do so. You can support me over there and join this list for $10. Alternatively, you can join up and become part of our private Facebook group for as little as $1, and you can do so by clicking that link up there. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking that button down there, and there's 2 more of my videos there, and they're well worth checking out, and I'm sure you'll thoroughly enjoy watching them. Peace out, guys. Rock on, I should say. Bye.